Hello again. I'm going to attach a link that I want you to take a look at. And you have to ask yourself, what's wrong with some of our media? The New York Times went ahead and published Officer Darren Wilson's home address. He's already received a number of death threats. And now he's going to be forced to leave his home. You have to ask yourself a question. What kind of mental process would some reporter go through to do that? They've put not only Officer Darren Wilson's life in jeopardy, they've put anyone in that home's life in jeopardy. What was it, last week? I think it was last week. A 5-year-old girl was sitting on her grandfather's lap, and gangbangers drove by. I don't know what kind of weapons they used, but they riddled the home, and they shot the little girl in the head while she was sitting on her grandfather's lap. I think it was in Milwaukee. I'm not certain. I did a video on it, but I've done so many videos since then, they all become somewhat of a blur. This New York Times needs to be held accountable. If anything happens to Officer Darren Wilson or any member of his family or friends that are in that home, New York Times needs to be held 100% responsible. What this shows is a total disrespect for human life. They have got to know that there's a bounty placed on Officer Darren Wilson's head. That was published weeks ago. You not think someone wants to collect that bounty? It's totally crazy, folks. And with this kind of reporting, it's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Anything for viewership. The New York Times should be shut down if anything happens to Officer Darren Wilson or any member of his family or anyone visiting that home. That's what I think. You might want to send the New York Times a letter telling them how disappointed you are. Not only with their reporters, but with their editors for publishing the home address of Officer Darren Wilson. That's what I think. So what do you think?